This story is about a husband, a wife, and their 3 children, focusing particularly on the youngest child. This child struggled greatly in his studies, often facing criticism at school and frequently skipping classes. He also had health issues, which he sometimes used as excuses. However, despite his weaknesses, he eventually found supportive teachers who patiently helped him learn to read and write. Little by little, he improved and managed to complete his matriculation exams. Although he eventually stopped formal education, he tried to learn various skills to support his family. Yet, he faced repeated failures and disappointments in every job he tried. And even though he never gave up, he continued to struggle and face setbacks. As of now, he remains in a phase of ongoing struggle. That's the essence of the story. The story continues with him persevering through his struggles. He tries one job and fails, then another job and fails again, and then a third attempt that also doesn't work out. Finally, on his 4th try, he begins to see a glimmer of success. However, just as he starts making progress, misfortune strikes, and his new venture also collapses, leaving him back at square one. During this time, he also got married, but the marriage wasn't smooth. It came with its own share of conflicts, arguments with family, disagreements with his fiancée, and even difficulties during the engagement. Eventually, after a long and challenging period, they got engaged. But then the COVID-19 pandemic hit, causing further delays. It took nearly 2 years from the engagement to the actual wedding. Once they were finally married, they started having daily disputes, largely because he still struggled to find stable work, and this instability created tension between them. Even after getting married and having a child, the struggles didn't end. He continued working at his father-in-law's shop for 2 or 3 years, learning the trade. But he was often misunderstood and criticized, with people claiming he wasn't contributing enough. Eventually, he left that job and started something new, only to face more setbacks and failures. There were moments when he considered giving up entirely, but in the end, his love for his wife and child kept him going. Now he's exhausted, feeling that either he'll finally find a stable opportunity or he'll have no choice but to say goodbye to this world. He keeps trying, but he has no income and no stable work, and he's stuck in this phase of struggle, having lost everything. With no job and no money, he prays for a breakthrough. In fact, he's even taking out a bank loan to try and renew his efforts and stand on his feet once more. He hopes that his efforts will pay off, and one day he decides to create a YouTube channel. He starts a faceless channel, uploading stories, using AI-generated images, and editing voiceovers. He puts in the effort, learning the skills, and uploading videos, believing that YouTube will eventually help him grow and become successful, allowing him to support his family. At first, he faces failure repeatedly, creating one channel, then another, and failing each time. But eventually, he finds that one channel begins to gain views, and YouTube starts to help him grow, bringing him closer to his dreams. He hoped that he could grow his channel quickly and get it monetized to start earning. But after countless efforts, he was utterly exhausted. He kept making and editing videos according to his routine, adding images and posting them regularly. Eventually, he reached a point of complete despair and decided to give up, even though he kept up with his regular posting. He went to sleep feeling defeated. But when he woke up the next day, he was stunned to see that one of his videos had crossed 1 million views, and his channel was finally on the path to monetization. He couldn't believe that his channel was actually growing. He also couldn't believe that it would get monetized and start earning for him. It felt like a miracle to him. Alongside that, he began putting in even more effort and working harder. And now, in the present day, he continues to put in that hard work. He expressed his gratitude to God, and gradually, his troubles began to ease. And so, his story ends here.